Please put your hands together for Winszman-21 from Friends. Keep going.
Hello everyone. How are you doing tonight? Alright. Myself, I'm not doing so well, unfortunately. Yeah, I just found out that you guys paid to get into this show. Usually when I perform, the audience gets paid to watch me. So I feel a little nervous right now. My name is Anthony and I'm French. You see the jacket and the scarf, so you can see that I'm French. Just before we start, I would like to ask you for a huge favor. I'm currently on a student visa, an F1 type of visa to be specific, in case we're lucky enough to have an immigration officer with us tonight. And the way it works is that while you're on this visa, you're not allowed to work. So don't laugh too hard, don't clap, don't cheer, don't be American basically, because otherwise they might believe I'm a professional comedian and they might stop the show to deport me. So if you really want love, just go to the bathroom, to the kitchen. I saw there's a kitchen too. It doesn't matter, but really, please. I speak English pretty well. It's always important to point that out when others don't do that for you. Thank you guys, I appreciate it. To be honest with you guys, I still don't understand everything Americans tell me, but I found an easy way out for when I don't understand something. I just say, "Oh, that's great!" With a big smile, you know, like the one in the TV ads for toothpaste, like this. When I don't understand two things in a row, then I change it and I say, "Oh, that's amazing!" I mean, you need to change the wording a bit, otherwise it's too simple. But the other day, my friend told me that his mother passed away, and I had never heard the expression before. And I said, "Oh, that's great!" Yeah. In the end, it wasn't that bad because my friend actually responded, "I know, man, she was fucking rich." Whenever I meet Americans on the street and I tell them that I'm French, they always ask me this very deep and important question. "So, do you speak French?" When I'm in a good mood, I respond with a joke. I say, "In France, we might not speak English very well, but we do speak French, which is our first language." When I'm in a bad mood, I'm French, so I start cursing. But then at the end, I always say, "Excuse my French." Once they know that I speak French, they always want to make fun of the French accent, so they start making some weird, crazy sounds like fromage. I mean, one time I even called 911. I thought the person was having a heart attack. I mean, can you imagine if these people did the same thing when meeting a Chinese person? That would be called racist, guys. I come from Paris, which doesn't mean that I'm rude or arrogant. It's all American cliches, guys. And cliches are what you guys took from us. I just get very aggressive sometimes, and when it happens, I can scratch up wallpapers, I can speed up people, I'm just gonna stop here, you might want to call the police. But I never assaulted someone, okay? Just one time I threw a chair at my mom, but that was a long time ago, like at least 2 years ago. And she really pissed me off. I'm always super cordial, though. I say hi, I say thank you, I say fuck off. When I think about, to be honest, I'm always like a very nice guy. The only thing is, I became a bit of an alcoholic, and I was on the flight, and the flight attendant came up to me and said I should consider joining an AA group. I thought it was a joke in the beginning, but then I passed out, so I realized she might have been right. Yeah. Every time I come to the US from a family vacation trip in European vacation, so about 10 weeks long, and I'm going through customs at the airport, I always feel like I arrived to a Disneyland park, except that instead of dealing with Donald Duck, you deal with Donald Trump. When you think about it, Disneyland and the airport are very similar. In both, there is a huge line, really huge. In both, people are happy, at least on the tourist side. And in both, you might die. In Disneyland, you might die on a roller coaster. In the airport, well, you might not die right away, but you might be sent to Guantanamo Bay in Cuba, which, despite the sun there, doesn't have any stars on TripAdvisor. Might be because nobody came back from there, I don't know. I lived in New York for 2 years. I really like New York. The thing that I like the most about New York is the subway. I see like some of you are like, what the fuck is he saying? Like the subway shit, man. Yeah, it's true. But no, but for the show, for purposes of the show, I really like it because it's always consistent. I mean, it's true. It's almost every day on the front page of each local newspaper in New York. So in this regard, it's very consistent. But I like it too because on a more serious note, whenever I take it, I always get to see animals on the tracks, in the station, on the train when I'm lucky. So that's great, guys, because then I don't need to bring my little brother to the zoo. I just bring him on the subway. And it's actually better than going to the zoo because on the subway he gets to feed animals by leaving his trash behind him on the train. I mean, I heard apparently in New York it's not a crime, it's more like a good deed, so that's cool. The only thing that I don't like about New York is, the only thing that I don't like about the subway is being surrounded by people from New York, but I won't go into that because I see some Jack people like this, and I'm French, so I surrender fast. Thank you very much, Gotham!